Hello, this video is to show how to work with transactions inside the converter. So this uh, video is for bank to Cubo converter, but the transaction part, which is starts from here and goes to the bottom, this part is similar for all converters. So if you work with one converter and you work with another converter, this part would be the same. So this video focuses on this part. What you can do in this window, and it applies to Windows version, to Mac version, and to any other different converter, because it is the same and looks the same and works the same. So first you can uncheck any transaction, and what it means to uncheck, it means that this transaction will not be used for the conversion. If you want to uncheck several transactions, then you have to select several transactions first. First you need to click the first transaction, and then you have to hold the shift button and click the last transaction. For example, in this case, this is selected transaction range. So now when you right click on this selection, right click, you will see the menu, what you can do with this selected transactions, and it is applicable to one transaction or 10 transactions or 25 or all transactions. You can check them, you can uncheck them, you can change their amount sign from deposits to withdrawals and back. You can add these payee names to payee mapping or category mapping. We'll look at this in a different video. And you can adjust year on dates. This is useful when you, let's say, you have transactions crossing year end, and there are no clear way to determine this is really year end. So you see the converter did not pick up year end, and you need to adjust previous year transactions. So you can select them quickly. Let's say those are December transactions, and you want to decrease year on dates. So you would select this group of transactions and say year minus. So you see all dates change year minus year. So next, we can edit any transaction, any field on this transaction. So let's say we want to change name, we can edit it, and then we press enter to save our change, and then we can change amount. So if you change withdrawal to deposit, then it would be 24,610, then it would jump here. And again, I can do this way, right click, and if you work with dates, make sure the dates are correct. Like when you enter incorrect dates, then it will be ignored. And you can also scroll this way if there are more fields. And there's only one column, that is split column. So if you use splits, then splits will be shown here how the parser understood them. You cannot edit them, but you will see how they are parsed. So you will see that splits, there's 2 splits or 3 splits, and how they work if they parse your CSV file. There's going to be separate video on splits, so we will not focus on this right now. So next part is this bottom part, bottom controls. Again, they all applicable on all converters, and what they do is they allow to manipulate whole file. So if previous case was select transactions and right click, now we can change, we can use this button to quickly adjust all transactions. So in this case we'll click once, and so the amount sign changes from plus to minus and from minus to plus. And if you want to adjust year quickly on all transactions, we may also use that. So in our case it will be 16, and we can quickly adjust it. We can use this part, switch Payee and Memo. We can get missing name from memo. So usually this is required for PDF files because they provide description only. So what the parser does, it takes the memo, cleans it up, and tries to figure out what the payee name is and puts it in a payee column. And in some cases you need to remove memo, you don't want to use some formats or some specific situations. This is provided for specific case. And use post date if the document, PDF file or CSV file or another format has transaction date and post date, and you want to use that post date, then you can use this checkbox. And the last control we will look at this video is show dates as. So dates in your document could be different formats than dates in your output document, and could be different formats that you look at those dates. So let's say your CSV file could have dates as year, month, date, but you look at dates is used to look at dates as months, day, year. This is how you look at those dates. This is how converters show you dates. So you know that dates are always shown in this way, no matter how they look on your CSV file or on your PDF file or on your source file, and no matter how they look in your output file. This is the way for you to quickly see that dates are correct, because you expect to see them as months, day, year, but they could be in different formats depending on the format from where they extracted or where they written down. Thank you.